Hey, Royal Rough Riders. This is Mademoiselle Mosley again. I hope everybody is doing fine tonight. A lot of us women out here, however you want to say it, we are beautifully broken. Yes, we are beautifully broken. Ladies, what we gonna do? Some of us out here taking a man's will. Yes, a lot of us are taking a man's will. If you want to call it work, you want to call it whatever it is you want to call it. I don't understand, because if you take a man's will, how can his will be done? And I know some of y'all doing it for fun. See, you can run this man and tell him what to do and manipulate and hoodoo and voodoo and tutu and all that juju and all that. Look, do what you do, but there's a consequence when you take somebody's will. God give us free will to do whatever we want to do, how we ever want to do it, but the consequences is all ours. And I feel like this, if you're weak enough, and I think it's weakness to the point where most women don't feel loved, or they really don't want to be loved. They just want to get what they want to get from a man and not have to do anything for it. So they manipulate, they plot, and they ploy on this man to manipulate him to do whatever they want them to do. And that's just it. They feel powerful in that. But if you're manipulating a man to do what you want him to do, you still by yourself. If you're weak enough to take a man's will, how can his will be done? Why do you have him? And he's going to cheat on you. I don't care how much you bend his will and how much you do all them spells or whatever y'all doing on these men or trying to do, or sex him into submission, whatever it is, he's still going to cheat on you. The reason why he going to cheat on you is because you took his free will. That means you took his will to reason, to make good judgment, because you took it. You have it. So if you have it, he don't have it. You took away his reasoning. And when you took away his reasoning, you also took away his peace. That's why he mean with you. He's there, but he mean with you. Yeah, you probably took his will to will him not to leave you, but he's there and he's still deceiving you. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. And when you took his will unwillingly, you made him weak. See, I'm going to say this. Every man or woman, but I'm talking about men on this point, that cheats, he decides to cheat. You don't decide for him to cheat. But if he had his will, he can reason with himself why not to cheat. But you got him. You willed him to not leave you. But you gonna wish he did leave you, because he ain't gonna have no peace. And when he don't have no peace, it's gonna be all out war. Because you took his free will unwillingly. He didn't give it to you. You took it. You didn't allow him to reason, say, you know what? I want to be with this woman. I'm not going to be a cheater. I'm going to rule over myself like I'm supposed to because she brings me peace. And not saying you won't have some discussions that they may not like, but at least you give them their will to reason. But because I know why women want to control men. It's because they're weak. Only a weak woman want to control a man's strength. Because if you want that man, you want him for his strength, not to make him become weak. But you need to be careful when you start taking pieces of a person. When you start taking pieces of a person, it's like a shattered glass. You know, when you drop a glass and you shatter it and the pieces all over the place, it becomes unrecognizable of the form that it was. He don't recognize himself. And one reason I say to let a man be that man, if that man not doing what you want him to do, how you want it done, how you want him to do it, then just leave. But you can stay. Just leave. Don't take his free will from him. That's why a lot of women are getting hurt by men, because when you take his will, you take his sense of reasoning. And he becomes unrecognizable to himself. He don't even recognize the form of the person he once was. So please consider, before you put in any work, if you put in work, that it can all go wrong. I mean, go wrong. Me, myself personally, I'm going to drop this and then I'm going to be done. I don't want no man to be with me if he don't want to be with me. That's crazy. I don't care how much money he got. I don't care how he look. I don't care about nothing. If somebody don't want to be with you, then you're going to live a relationship of unfulfillment. Yeah, he might buy you gifts. Yeah, you might have a nice house and a nice car. But every house is not a home. I remember, I remember this song by Luther Vandross, however you're going to say it. And he sang this song. He says, "A chair is still a chair, even when no one is sitting there. But a house is not a home when the two of us are far apart and one of us has a broken heart." Every house is not a home. I hope that helped y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, get it.